Hi, Andy Snyder, Mud Puppy Pottery here in Vermont, and we are going to do some slip trailing. I've got some plates that I threw, and I have not cut them off the bat. They'll need a fair amount of trimming, but you can see that they're attached. That's fairly important. They're just about leather hard, sort of a soft leather at this point. It's a nice red clay that I used, about 5 pounds of clay actually. Made plates for years and then realized use a little more clay, trim a little bit more, you'll come up with a better product. But this is a fun project to do, and let's give credit where credit is due. Robin Hopper, who's been my mentor for many years, taught me how to do this. Robin, remarkable potter from Victoria, British Columbia. First, let's start with, this is all slip trailing. So we have 3 different colors of slips. We're going to impregnate the entire bottom of this piece with a white slip, and then with these simple irrigating syringes, we have a real nice blue and a black that we're going to do. So the first thing we do is pour enough slip on that we can move it around and coat the entire bottom. We're going to need more than that. Let's go just about like so. That's about the consistency of, I don't know, sour cream. But we're going to bring that right up. We can wipe off the edges. But let's go right around that edge in a fairly even fashion. This is why you need it attached to the bat, don't you know? Once you get there, you're going to get that excess off. And that's probably the trickiest part. So right over container. Dimple right here. There we go. Get that right off. And while you're doing this, it sort of smooths it out a little bit as well. And since it's sort of leather hard, you can take a sponge to the edges and you can get all of that off. Here we go. It's starting to happen. I'll show you this way. There we go. Let's get the dam built up here. There we go. Okay, so just a moist sponge, you go right around that rim, bring it right back down to the red clay that's underneath it. I think, and let that dry a little bit and clean it up nicely when you're trimming the piece. Alright, let's move that over there, and then I'm just going to drop some blue slip and some spots. I can do it. Let's see if they'll come out. Bring that down to the tip. That's good. You can do this really in any kind of pattern that you find attractive. Ooh. That would not be a problem. the blue. Let's go with the black. So drop that right next to the blue. But again, even this is my design, your design will be your design. Very unique, and I'm sure it'll be wonderful. This is really a fun project. Sort of reminds me a little bit of spin art. I'm sure all of you did that at the fair when you were kids. There we go. So if you can see that nice and close, it's all very exact. It's all in a row. It's all in one place. Let's change it, okay? First thing you want to do is make sure that those spots, you certainly wouldn't want them to have texture above where the plate is. It wouldn't be very comfortable to eat on. So let's get them to blend in. All you have to do is just smack them down. And then you might want them to just run a little bit. So go in a couple of different directions. That's just what I'm looking to do. I don't want them to go a lot. I don't want them to go a little. And then have a bit of a swirl pattern. White's coming off. I still have excess, and that's fine. I'll be able to wipe that off. That's not a problem. But take a look at the dots, and you can see the pattern that I'm creating. And how attractive that can be. You can really take it to anywhere you want. And I find that it's really important for me not to do too much. So looking at it like that, that's about where I want it. Right about there. Again, I'm going to smack that down into where it needs to be. Take my sponge and wipe up around those edges. Again, remember that once that dries, slip is nothing but clay. So that's going to become very much a part of this plate. When it's finished, you can leave it either unglazed for a nice matte surface, or you might be able to put a clear, either matte or gloss clear over it, or even something that's just a little bit translucent to allow the pattern to come through. And there you have it. Slip tray.